The right to peaceful assembly is enshrined in the Charter and is a core element of our democracies. Our Union is founded on freedom and equality. Everyone should be able to be who they are, to live freely and love whom they choose. Today's debate concerns recent changes to Hungarian law. I have already had the occasion to exchange with you on this matter in April and in May. The 15th Amendment to the Fundamental Law now enshrines the primacy of children's right to protection and care, essential for their proper physical, mental and moral development over any other fundamental rights. This provision has already been implemented through a specific law, which entered into force on the 15th of April, which allows the police to ban public demonstrations that breach the so-called child protection law. The new law also appears to allow the use of AI-assisted facial recognition to identify the participants in such public demonstrations, who may then be subject to a fine of around €500. The Commission is assessing the law and following its implementation on the ground. In this context, the Commission notes the recent decisions of the Budapest police to prohibit a public gathering scheduled for the 28th of June. We understand that the event in question is different from the annual Budapest Pride March, although following its traditional route. We also note that this ban has been repeatedly subject to judicial review by Hungary's Supreme Court. As regards the annual Budapest Pride, the Mayor of Budapest has announced that it will be organised as an event of the City of Budapest and therefore will go ahead on the 28th of June as initially foreseen. While this would certainly be a very welcome development, we cannot ignore that this new legislation has already led to police decisions banning an LGBTIQ event and a back and forth with the Supreme Court, as I have just explained. And nobody has anything to fear from a pride parade. We are currently analysing this new Hungarian law and the implications that it may have under EU law. The Commission is also examining the provisions of the law related to the use of facial recognition to identify those participating in the prohibited demonstrations from the perspective of personal data protection and privacy, which we are currently assessing. The Commission services have contacted the Hungarian authorities requesting clarifications on a number of matters relating to the relevant provisions. I want to recall that the Commission has already brought an infringement case against Hungary on the child protection law. The case is pending before the Court of Justice, and a hearing in this case took place on the 19th of November last year. 16 Member States and the European Parliament intervened in support of the Commission. The Advocate General issued her opinion in this case on the 5th of June, and in this opinion, the Advocate General agrees with the Commission that the Hungarian law breaches EU law on a number of accounts: the Charter of Fundamental Rights in relation to respect for human dignity, the right to non-discrimination, freedom of expression and the right to private and family life. She also found violations of the fundamental freedom to provide services and secondary EU law. And I'd highlight that the Advocate General considers that the Hungarian law infringes the values that are common to the EU, enshrined in Article 2 of the Treaty on European Union. We are expecting the judgment of the Court of Justice in relation to this matter in the coming months. Honourable Members, we are a union of equality, and let me conclude my initial remarks by assuring you that the European Union and the European Commission is ready to use all its tools to ensure that EU law is upheld right across our Union. I look forward to the contributions of the honourable members in this debate. Thank you.